We have the Fuji X30 today. I've owned this camera for probably since about 2016, 2015. And I purchased this camera mainly because I wanted to use it for street photography. And I love it. I love it. For the most part, I love it. The only thing I do not like is it has a small sensor and it's a bit noisy in the high ISOs. And video quality is not that great. I would say an iPhone is better. But let's take a look at this camera. Size-wise, I'm going to compare it to the Contax T2. That's the Contax T2. And it's roughly the same size. See that? Roughly the same size. A little bit heavier, but this is my other favorite street photography camera for film. And I purchased this because I wanted to have a counterpart for this, as well as a counterpart for the G1 Contax. Contax G1. And the Contax G1 is bigger. It is a bigger camera than the X30. It's also a little heavier. And I got film in here still, which means I haven't been shooting much. Let's talk about the Fuji X30 and why I purchased it. Number one, it has a viewfinder. It has an actual viewfinder. And I wanted a Fuji because I like the Fuji colors. And I had a Fuji S1 digital back in 2001, 2002. Then I got the Fuji S2 Pro when that came out, right around 2003, 2004. So I do like the Fuji colors and Fuji film simulations. This has, like I said, the eye viewfinder. It also has a screen that articulates. So if you want to raise the camera up over your head, you can do that. Or if you want to bring the camera down low, you can do that, like a waist level finder. It has a zoom. The zoom is equivalent to a 28 to 112. It's an f2 wide open at 28, and it's an f2.2 around 40, and it's a 2.8 at the long end at 112. So that's pretty good. It's a relatively fast lens. And it has aperture priority, that has manual mode, has shutter priority, it has program. I don't use those modes much. I just use mainly aperture priority and manual. It also has real dials. That's the other thing I like. It has all your shutter speeds are right here. And it has exposure compensation right on top there, so that you're not digging through menus to adjust your exposure compensation when you're in aperture priority mode or shutter priority mode. No real use in manual, but it's got it's an easy camera to use, and it's got a macro. The macro really comes in handy for street photography, you know. I mean, it depends what you're doing, more nature stuff, insects, whatever. So I use that. I do use the macro mode, but it's just an inconspicuous camera. It's small, it's all black, it's easy to carry, it's not heavy. It does have a flash, so there's a little button lever right here on the back, and there's your flash. Easy peasy. The film simulation modes are cool. It's no big deal. I shoot in RAW. But it's got a quick menu. So that quick menu gives you your ISO selection to change the ISO. Gives you a dynamic range menu. White balance is on the back. Noise reduction. Your screen ratios. Let's see, it's got your RAW selector. I'm not a real techie guy, but I just shoot. I shoot like simple, either manual or aperture priority, that's it. And I've used this camera a lot for street photography. I've had some images published in a corporate coffee book. And that was probably within a year's time when I got the camera. I went out to Venice Beach, took some pictures out there, street performers, and posted it on Instagram. And somebody contacted me, an art director from this company, and they were putting a coffee book together for some of their employees, I believe. It was a gift. Anyway, great little camera. I'm really happy with it for street photography. It's simple to use. I don't use all the modes, so like I said, aperture priority or manual is all I use. Turn it on and shoot, and that's it. Very simple. Or you can use the back screen if you want. The manual focus is fairly easy. It's got a diopter adjuster, so you can, like if you have glasses on, you can adjust the viewfinder. So overall, great little camera. I'm very happy with it. Love using it. I actually like it better than my Nikon Z50 for street photography, just because it's so much smaller. But let me grab the Nikon. I should have brought that down, the Z50. Well, I can't. It's on the camera here. I'm using it to shoot on the second camera. But we'll get a side-by-side comparison of the Z50 as well. Hold on. Okay, here's a comparison of the Fuji X30 and the Nikon Z50. Z50 is a lot bigger, less conspicuous for street photography anyway. So that's it, guys, the Fuji X30. These things are still selling today in 2022. I believe for like over 800 bucks new. So a lot of people must be buying this camera. Supply and demand. Battery life is not bad at all. You know, 300 shots or so. And it's got your in the front here focus mode selector. I just leave it in S, single spot focus mode. And then if I want to do manual, I just grab the ring back here. See that ring? That's your ring for focusing. And that's it. Pretty basic, but great little camera. Highly recommend it. And I understand why it's selling for $800+ still in 2022. I think I bought this for just under $600 back in 2015, 2016. Hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time.